are listening to It's Later Than You Think. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. We are 2 days away until the NCAA tournament kicks off. Technically, the first four start today. Got a couple games tonight, a couple games tomorrow night. But that magic of the first 2 days of the tournament, so it's Thursday and Friday. 16 games Thursday, 16 games Friday. My favorite weekend of the year, including those games on Saturday and Sunday. Something I have really, really enjoyed and look forward to every single year. Going back from memory to high school, I had surgery on my foot freshman year of high school, and I was out of school for a week. And it happened to be the weekend of championship week, so which is the week prior to when the tournament starts, but all the conference championship games are taking place, and essentially 64 teams are selected, or 68 now. And so while cooped up on the couch that first weekend, I watched a lot of very exciting basketball. I remember reading the sports articles the following week, just getting kind of amped up. And then that next week, where I was off for essentially a full week, I ended up being able to watch as many tournament games as my heart desired. And then I think that's where I fell in love with the college basketball game. And still to this day, we'll say 25 years later, I still really enjoy it and look forward to it every year. As an adult, I have not ever worked that Thursday and Friday, those first 2 days of the tournament. I make sure I use my PTO accordingly, and I'm sure I will continue to do that as I age, just as I have never worked a day for my birthday in my adult life. I'm sure maybe in high school, but as a official adult in my professional career, I've never worked on my birthday. I've never worked on the NCAA tournament first 2 days. And speaking of things we love or things we're passionate about, that's actually where my topic is trending towards today. It's discovering your passions. During a conversation with a coworker last year, the topic of job enjoyment came up, as well as what we loved about certain aspects of it. One employee spoke up and said something to the effect of, "I don't love my job. I reserve the word love for people in my life. My wife, my kids, my friends. Now, I'm very passionate about my work and the work that we do here. I care deeply about the work." I liked that. A different spin on it. One of the many enjoyments in our life, of course, is being around those that we love and care deeply about. Those are the important moments. There's also the other side, the things we are passionate about. Whether they are big or little, what we like to say is that we obsess over them. These are the things that can keep us motivated throughout the seasons of time, the things we randomly think about from time to time. According to the definition, a passionate person has strong feelings or beliefs about something and puts a lot of energy into it. Passion can be positive or negative. Here are some positive traits of passionate people. They're enthusiastic. They are excited and eager about something. They're motivated. They have the drive to pursue their dreams. They're curious. They are inquisitive about the world. They're creative. They have lots of ideas and the charisma to inspire others. They are focused. They are able to concentrate on their goals. Some examples of these passions, which we're going to focus on today: a hobby, a job, a cause, a belief, or a project. So, thinking back to the initial story to start today off, I would say one of my big passions is college basketball, specifically March Madness and the NCAA tournament. I just love that 3-4 weeks of basketball where it's just a lot of craziness and just something, again, that brings me joy. Another thing I'm passionate about is music, whether that's just listening to music while I work, whether it's music while I'm working out, whether it's going to concerts, whether it's watching YouTube videos. It's something that I don't think I could really live without. I really enjoy reading. An article that I stumbled across called 10 Ways to Find Your Passion in Life was from Tony Robbins at TonyRobbins.com. And he mentioned, for some people, living their passion seems to come naturally. They throw themselves into the pursuits they love with no regard for what society expects of them. But it isn't that easy for all of us. You've made lists, you've asked your friends for advice, you've tried journaling, and you've analyzed every thought you've ever had. Yet you're still asking yourself, what is my passion? That's because passion comes from the heart, not the head. Chances are you already know what your passion is. You just need to connect with it. And this is the part of the article where he goes through all 10 ways to find your passion in life. So in order to not take Tony Robbins' words out of his mouth, I'm not going to read the whole article to you. I am going to go through each of the 10 points that he makes in this article, but then I'm going to give my own 2 cents on those areas. So number 1 is shift your perspective. I think it's really important to not only keep an open mind, but to try to have that positive attitude. There's times where it's very difficult, but if you can kind of find the silver lining in whatever challenge is in front of you, I think that can go a long way in, again, helping shift that perspective and helping you look forward to something in your life. Number 2 is discover your top human need. I am going to take a quick blip from this article. See, Tony talks about, as human beings, we all have 6 human needs: certainty, significance, variety, love, connection, growth, and contribution. So with those, figure out really what it is that you need, and that can help you decide what's going to make you happy in life. And once you are happy about something, perhaps that turns into what you're passionate about. Number 3, look at what you love. So again, you can use the phrase love for your passions. That's fine. I liked what my coworker said about actual work, how we reserve the word love for the people or places or things that we love. What do you like to do? Are you something that you do over and over that really brings you joy? Maybe it's something that you don't do very often, and it's more exciting every time it happens because it doesn't happen very often. Whether it's the March Madness or, the holidays. For me specifically, the Christmas season. Thanksgiving, I like to tie that in there too, not to take away from Thanksgiving, but that's when the holiday season starts. And so I am really ramped up and excited for the music, the movies, the lights, the family time, all the different events that take place in those roughly, 4 to 6 weeks of the holiday season. Think about something as a child. What did you really enjoy? That might be a specific game or a sport that you played. I think that can be something that's really beneficial too. Whether it's board games, whether it's puzzles, whether it's golf or tennis, something along those lines that maybe you still will enjoy as an adult, even though you haven't done it in a while. There's nothing wrong with trying things out that you used to like. Maybe for some reason you just stopped doing that activity. You grew older, life got in the way. Number 4, notice where you spend your free time. So with this, I think about exercise and fitness. I work out, whether that's running outside or going to the gym and lifting weights, whether it's doing yoga or meditation. I think about the gym, or I think about being outside, and that helps me know that a passion in my life is my health and wellness, my fitness, working out, kind of under that umbrella. Number 5 is to recognize your patterns. And I think this one's fairly insightful. If you think about how habitual we all can be, how much we enjoy routine. So whether that's getting up and getting ready for work or for the weekend, maybe you start your day with reading and you do that every morning. You enjoy reading. It's a passion of yours, whether that's working out or going for walks. Maybe every time you go to a new city, you like to try a specific type of cuisine, or you have to eat at a certain star level restaurant. A passion of yours is probably food in some way, which might sound silly. It's necessary to live, but some people are more excited to eat certain foods than others. I would say food is not a passion of mine. Now, I love a good burger, a slice of pizza. I like sweets, but I'm not overly passionate about it. I generally will eat because it is a necessity and I am hungry. Number 6 is use the rocking chair test. This one's great. It's essentially sitting in a rocking chair when you're 90 years old, looking back on your life. Do you have any regrets? Is there any things that you wish you did? Did you pursue your passions? Did you tell people how you feel about them before it's too late? When you're thinking about the things you missed out on that you really enjoyed, this is a good indicator that it might be time to do something about that, to go after it. Because otherwise you will be 90 years old, looking back on your life and really wishing you would have done something with that thing that made you happy, even if there was a little bit of fear in it. Again, take that leap of faith. Take the opportunity to try something new or scary because you may end up really loving it in the end. Number 7, examine your fears. Think about times in life you felt excitement and also fear about going all in on something. Perhaps changing careers, taking a leap of faith on something. It's time to stop letting fear hold you back. You may fail at first, but don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Number 8, get unreasonable. There's a reason that Tony says, passion is found in the field of the unreasonable. Passions aren't rational. That's why you need to listen to your heart instead of your limiting beliefs. Cut the word unrealistic from your vocabulary. Let yourself dream big. Anything is possible if you remain open to change and the unknown. Number 9, get out of your comfort zone. I've talked about this a handful of times on the podcast. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Try it. Whether it's setting your phone aside for a few hours or a full day, whether it's signing up for a class to learn a new skill, whether it's going for coffee with strangers, do something today, this week, this month, this year that might seem a little awkward at first, that makes you uncomfortable. I assure you, once you get through it, you will have a sense of relief and gratitude for doing something different that you're not used to. Number 10, cultivate belief in yourself. It's so important, I think, to have self-efficacy in whatever stage of life you're in, whether it's your work skill set, whether it's a hobby that you have. Believe in yourself. Maybe you're a novice at a skill you're trying to learn, but that's where everyone starts, and everyone makes mistakes. Your challenge this week is to figure out what that passion or what those passions are. If you hadn't really thought about it already, you most likely already know things that you enjoy and that you love to do. But take some time to really think about it and why that is something you enjoy. And if you already know what your passion is, then share that with someone. Have a conversation with someone about why do you enjoy the things you do. Is it something that you grew up enjoying? Something that was passed down from family tradition? Something you do with a group of friends? For those of you that will be filling out your NCAA brackets, the March Madness, the tournament, best of luck. Enjoy watching the games all weekend. It's a magical time of year. The upsets, the crowds, the bands, all good stuff. If you have not shared this podcast with anyone, feel free to do that. Like or subscribe. We'll see you next week.